Okay, yogis, just beginning where you're comfortable, lying down or seated. And just starting to relax. However your morning has been, let's take some time to just settle into our practice. Taking some deep breaths. Noticing how you're feeling today. Grounding your energies down into the earth. And becoming aware of body, mind, breath. And what intention would you like to set for yourself today? Whether it's to be more mindful of perhaps what you're eating, drinking, mindful of your breath now and then, that conscious awareness. And is there perhaps a little affirmation that you like to bring to your morning? Today is a joyful day, is something that I often say to myself first thing. So when you're ready, anyone lying down, just take a moment to hug the knees in. If you're already seated, you can just roll the shoulders, maybe just move the head gently. And we're going to come up shortly into Zazen, a seated meditation. So if you're rocking on your back, just enjoy that. Come up to seated. Get comfortable in a seated position, either legs crossed or legs extended, whatever feels right for you. And resting hands to Dhyana Mudra. We're going to follow the breath today. And what we'll do is we'll count, because I often find I like both ways, where we just follow the breath and it's quiet, but we'll start with the counting and then maybe drop that part way through. So we'll count 10 to 10 on the out breath, and then we'll count to 10 for the in breath. And then after that, just let the count go and just sit with following the sensation of breath in the body. So mindfulness of breath. So when you're ready, close the eyes, relax. And we'll count the out breath 1 to 10. And then we'll begin to count the in breath. And then relaxing the count and just following the breath. Stay with your breath. Keep relaxing if there's tension. And as we just take a few more breaths, noticing if the mind had wandered, just coming back. And when you're ready, just blinking your eyes open, coming back into the room. How did it feel? Was it better counting the breath and the mind was more focused? Or when we lose the count, can we stay with that meditation, or does our mind start to wander off? Just observe that. No judgment, pure observation. So we're going to come into butterfly. First pose. A lovely stretch for our legs, but working with liver, kidneys and spleens. So when you're ready, just bringing soles of the feet together. And let's just soften gently into this pose. Support your legs if you need to with cushions. It's always lovely to let our body really fully relax if you need them. And just beginning with a few breaths here to soften into the back and the head and the neck. It might feel tight to begin with. Where are you holding tension today? As we let the neck and the upper back stretch, see if you can relax the shoulders as well. Lovely deep breaths. Enjoy how the back of your body and back ribs move. And so noticing what you're feeling in your hips, around your knees. And can we really let the arms become heavy? Notice what's going through your mind. And how soft this pose is feeling now, perhaps. When we think about our hips, which is where we store a lot of emotion, can we explore maybe what we're holding, any heavy emotion right now? So we'll take a few deep breaths. And gently, when you're ready, lifting the body, noticing how it feels even just to raise the body up and find neutral pose. Being present. Excuse me. Lovely deep breath, maybe a sigh. How are you feeling in your body? Where can you feel any sensation after that pose? Does it all center in the lower back? Or is it hips, thighs? Try and relax as you just lie here on the mat. And just watching any sensation fading. And then when you're ready, let's bring our knees in. Have a moment to take a hug here and just rock. We're going to come into seal next, just to bring the spine in the opposite direction gently. Using a cushion if you want to. So just gently swing up. We're going to come onto belly. I like to use a cushion here. It just feels nice and supportive. And if you've got a block that you want to use for your forehead, then you can do. Sometimes it feels nice to try these things out and then If you don't want to keep them there, you can move them. If coming up onto your forearms is quite intense for your lower back, just take the arms a little bit wider, sink down to the mat if that feels better for you. So really just tuning into the sensation in the lower back if there is a tension there for you. Try and relax the legs, even if they just rotate a little. And deep breaths. Our lower back is also a centre, an emotional centre, linked with our relationships, linked with our desires and passions and joy. Also, the lower back can be very much associated with our stability in financial sense and in the material world, whether we feel safe, so if we are having money worries sometimes, then any sensation in the lower back is very linked here. Keep trying to relax the legs, relax the feet and calves. Stay with your breath and witness the mind. So noticing the thoughts that do come in and come out. Notice what your body is telling you. When I ask that question, what comes to mind is, be gentle with me today. So notice if there's any internal dialogue. So we'll take a few more breaths. And just have that one last observation on how the spine feels, the lower back, and gently coming out. I like to take this really slowly. The lower back is somewhere that can aggravate me from time to time. It's okay at the moment, but it's always an area that I will feel in some mild way usually. I think a lot of us are like that. Lower back can be definitely an area that we're aware of. And enjoy some deep breaths as we just realign ourselves. Everything straightens out. Notice how your energies change as well, like the emotional energy when we move from one pose to the other. Whether something shifts just as we come out of a certain position. And just taking this time to watch that sensation fade away in the lower back. Breathing deeply into your belly, feeling the belly rise as you inhale. And then fall back to the spine on the exhale. And then when you're ready, hug in. We're going to come into cat's tail, so a lovely little twist, a gentle twist today. And when you're rocking, you can lift the head if that feels nice. So I'm going to come onto my left-hand side because my pillow is nearer this side. And I like to use a pillow for this one. So come onto your left. And then bringing the right knee up and in alignment with the hip. And if you've got that little bit of cushion handy, you can rest your head in your left hand. If you can grab your foot with your right hand, great. If not, don't worry, it's fine. Just leave the leg extended. And then in your own time, just explore kind of rolling that right shoulder backwards. And coming into a nice gentle twist here. The beauty of this is that you can twist over as much or as little as you wish, in however you feel today. So just gently settling into this. Notice if you're tense in either side of the waist. If you can relax the buttocks and all around the pelvis. Loosen any tightness that you might be feeling in the thighs and the hamstrings. And checking out how it feels through your neck. Quite often the head and the neck will feel tense. Just tuning into what you feel. We'll all probably feel something very different in this pose. What is it you're feeling? Through your back or through your legs? Can you relax your fingers as much as you can? Being conscious of how the breath moves in your body. How does this pose feel today? Do you like it? Or is it challenging? Can you feel something new that you've not felt before? either physically or emotionally. Keep trying to relax. Look through the body for any tension. And enjoy the breath. Be curious as to where the breath moves in your body. We'll take one more breath. And then gently rolling onto your back. Try to move as little as you can, just to come onto your back. So that we can sort of preserve the feelings from that twist. So tuning in. Be that conscious observer of everything that you're feeling. And you can linger your awareness around your solar plexus, which is very much stimulated with a twist above your navel. Also checking in with sacral, heart center as well. How does that pose make you feel? Does it make you feel a little bit more revitalized? And I often like to think of, wringing out a wet rag and sort of squeezing out everything that we don't need. So just take a few more moments to follow whatever sensation you're still feeling. And then we'll come into the other side, drawing your knees in. Gently rock, massage the spine, whatever feels nice. And then in your own time, let's come into the other side. Move your cushion over to the other side perhaps. Swivel round. And then we will come to lying on our right side. Draw that left knee up in a nice alignment with hip. And using a pillow or cradling your head, whatever feels right. Clasping the foot if you have the flexibility to do that. If not, don't worry. And then just rolling into this twist. However it feels good to come into this today. Take a nice deep breath and relax. Let everything just melt to the floor. Surrender yourself, be supported. Try and release any tension in the neck and just adjust your pillow so you're really supported here. It might be nice to actually just release your right arm and hand and use just the pillow for your head. So after taking a few breaths and just settling into this shape, check through from head to toe where you're holding tightness. Even if you're holding your foot with your hand, can you be sort of loose with the muscles in the hand? Try and relax the neck and the head. Quite often we'll notice when we rotate the awareness back to it that we're tense again, so just let go. How does it feel to twist? Notice if a certain feeling of confidence comes into you. If we've been a bit lethargic lately or lazy, is there a little sense of perhaps wanting to be active or a slight motivation that's creeping in? And we be aware of a healthy self-worth within? So notice the rhythm of your breath as you breathe into the belly. How are you feeling? Relax your shoulders if you can. And we'll gently take one more breath here. Savouring the sensation of this pose and then just releasing out gently. Let go of the foot. Roll onto your back. And take nice neutral spine. Just being really present in your body. What do you feel? Can you feel chi or prana moving? How open does your heart feel? Notice any tingling in your hands and palms. And just enjoying a few conscious breaths, feeling it come into the belly, move into the chest. So drawing these in. Have a moment to rock. And we're going to come up and come into mantis. So already we've brought the body forward with butterfly, taken the spine backwards with seal, have come into a nice twist. So we're going to stretch the spine here. So bringing the knees wide. And again, if you want to use a pillow, sometimes it's nice, sometimes you may not feel like you want to. And then just resting your body down. Extending your arms, coming into this lovely mantis pose. If you need something behind your knees to sort of release the deep compression there, then please do. Or, have something behind your bottom if it's difficult with your knees. So deep stretch here into the inner thighs, around the groin. And the top hip flexors. Making any little adjustments that you need to your pose to get comfortable. And deep breaths. Notice if your breath is just in your chest or whether you can deepen to the belly. And if you want to bend at your elbows and bring your hands into prayer above the top of your head, into praying mantis, there's a gentle stretch in the triceps. Try and relax your shoulders. How does this pose feel now we've been in it a few minutes? Checking in with your body. Where else can you relax and release? So when you're ready, let's take a breath. Gently lift up, walking the hands back towards your body. And then finding neutral spine. Noticing that deep stretch that you're feeling, perhaps top of the inner thighs now. And just take a few moments to be following your breath. Relaxing, settling here, let everything soften, melt into the mat. Follow your breath. Tune into any prana or chi that you feel moving through your body, perhaps around your feet, anywhere through your legs, arms, front of the body. You might only pick it up ever so subtly, but just gentle awareness. And then bring the knees in. We're going to come into bench. So a nice restful pose to come towards the end. So with a pillow, pop it behind. I always take it a little bit further away from the body so that I'm not curving into the lumbar too much. It's more thoracic. And just gently lower down. Support the head and neck if you need to, or maybe the size of your cushion already sort of allows the head to come back in and it's comfortable. Just let your legs relax outwards, feet flop to the side, and just really just soften into this one. Let yourself become heavy, let the cushion and the mat support you. And have that feeling of being completely supported by the earth. When often we don't feel supported in life by friends and family and situations, just take this opportunity just to feel supported. Relax the buttocks and the lower back. Try and soften your face. Any tension around the eyes, just loosen. Maybe if you can just follow your breath for a little while. Being very aware of this moment. How do you feel? Can you feel yourself drifting? Just be aware of the mind. Try and find that last bit of tension that might be hanging around in the back of the neck and the shoulders. And enjoying how your body and the front of your body lifts as you inhale. Really enjoying how you notice your full breath come in and out. How often in the rest of our day are we so conscious of our breath? Probably very rarely. So when you're ready, just take one more breath. We're going to lift up slowly. Just pull the cushion away and then come down just for a few moments, just to notice the after effect from that bench pose. Just pure awareness of the difference in how the body feels as you lie against the mat without any props. Does your spine and back feel nourished? Feel sort of plumped up and revitalized? Thinking of all the cartilage that we have between the vertebrae and the spine, it might feel kind of spongy and young and youthful again. We've moved our spine, we've had blood flow through, the nervous system has been stimulated in a gentle way. So when you're ready, bring your knees in for a hug. And choosing whether you want to come to a seated position or remain lying with supports and blankets, whatever you feel you need. Let's come into relaxation. So as you get comfortable and relax against your mat or in a seated position, I have a nice little passage to read you. It's called It Is Peace by Barb Larson Taylor. So just sit back and listen. What does stillness sound like? What does it sound like when you turn off the television and the cell phone? What does it sound like when you take a break from talking? What does it sound like when you take a break from talking with family and friends and colleagues? What does it sound like in your mind when you turn off the constant stream of thoughts? What does stillness sound like? What does stillness sound like? Does it feel uncomfortable, unfamiliar, rejuvenating, calming? What does stillness feel like? What would happen if you stopped thinking about the past? Stopped replaying the same tapes over and over in your mind? What would happen if you stopped thinking about the future? Always waiting with anticipation for what's next? What would happen if you brought your focus to this moment? This breath coming in, this breath going out. What is this? when you hear stillness, when you feel stillness, when your focus is only on this moment, it is peace. So just have a little bit of peaceful time now, just being within whatever stillness you hear or feel. Just gently, without moving yet, Just draw the mind back from wherever it may be. Just take a few moments to notice the in-breath and the out-breath. Sometimes I like to say in and out with each breath, just to be very present in just a few breaths. Saying in and out. Notice where your mind is resting. And then you can begin to just gently move fingers and toes. Slowly move the body in whatever way it feels right to move. If you're already seated, you can just roll the head, move the spine, even with the eyes closed still. And if you're lying down, perhaps just gently begin to hug in. Enjoy a few deep breaths. And just coming back into your day. And coming up to seated when you're ready. And so drawing hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.